I'm just back from spending the day with Making Space. We invited the 8 teams from headquarters to come back and share what they've learnt through their 8-week sprint and what's been different. And we started with the tension cards developed by the Ready and invited people, team by team, to vote on what's getting in the way of them doing their best work. They identified the tension. We looked at different options for practices that could help address the tension, and they were supported by 2 coaches from the HR team to keep them focused and on track. And today we came back together again. And each team shared a poster, a big poster that summarised what they'd tried, learned, pleased about, concerned about, what's been different, and did a 10-minute presentation in front of their colleagues. And there were some amazing results. Now, I thought there'd be some good stuff because I was impressed with what they started off by choosing, but the fact that several teams could quantify the difference this has made to how they're using their time was really quite surprising. So HR in particular did a great presentation talking about getting clearer on their focus, getting clearer on their roles, thinking differently about how they work together and updating their team agreements, getting more comfortable, challenging and supporting each other, but particularly challenge each other. Thinking about their outward focused perspective on the rest of the organisation and seeing them as their customers, doing an analysis of the calls and requests that they get, and then deciding how they could improve how they responded. So that was brilliant, and they could quantify that this was saving them an additional 11 hours as a team each week, and they shared with us how they were using that time differently. So that was really impressive. Finance talked about focusing on internal communication and the difference that made to both the feel in the team and their communication together. IT could demonstrate greater effectiveness and efficiency as a result of what they were looking at, and their focus was on accountability. Payroll described how they had removed, in consultation, 10 forms that was currently in use, and how they've adapted 5 other ones and are streamlining processes, and not surprisingly we're very pleased with their success. And marketing and comms were able to demonstrate how they were saving between 15 and 30 hours a week and now working much more efficiently. So the overall focus was on greater autonomy in the teams. Many teams chose to adopt one-page profiles and start looking at team agreements or adapt their team agreements. But lots of the conversations were around changing culture, greater focus on strategy, much better communication. Now, as Rachel says, we're taking a triathlete approach to these sprints. We're going to do 3 successive sprints with 4-week break in between. And we're going to use that to identify the practices that particularly help Making Space be more effective and more autonomous as teams, and then explore where they want to go next. But just really delighted with what they've achieved after the first sprint.